Welcome back to Health Check. I'm Heidi Godman. Time now to find out about what kind of resources we have here on the Suncoast for people with mental illness. And of course, mental illness is just the umbrella term for so many different types of conditions that range from very, very mild depression all the way to very severe conditions, schizophrenia, things, so everything in between, so many different things to talk about. And if you're wondering where to turn for more information or if you want some help, there is this fantastic group here on the Suncoast. It's known as NAMI, Sarasota County. NAMI stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It's the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization, and we have a chapter here on the Suncoast, and it's a good one, and we're very happy to have Doreen Sutherland here. She's the vice president of NAMI, Sarasota County. Welcome to the program.
Hey, thank you.
Hi, tell us a little bit more about NAMI.
Well, NAMI here in Sarasota offers a number of different kinds of programs. We have 4 support groups going on, and they are in Sarasota, in Venice, in Northport. Some are for peers, people that have mental illness, and then some are for families as well. Then we do a monthly education series. So every month we've got someone who's an expert with something to do with mental illness coming on board to do these small kinds of talks, intimate talks for us. We also have classes. We have a class for peers, and which is called peer-to-peer, and then we also have a class for families, family to family, and those both are wonderful resources for people in the community who want to learn more about their loved ones or themselves.
Okay, so we've got support groups, we've got education in the form of lectures, and there's also extended education in the form of classes that you can attend, and they go for a number of weeks.
That's right.
All right, and that's a lot. And NAMI is a nonprofit group, and it's been here for quite a while on the Suncoast, right?
Well, I think it's been here since the 80s, but we've had a resurgence of NAMI in the last few years, and so there's a brand new board, there's a wonderful president, and a lot more volunteers, Heidi, this year. We had our first fundraiser, which was called Out of the Blue, and we had over 50 volunteers come for that, and then the 400 people came out for that. So, NAMI is really considered to be the umbrella organization as far as communicating between all of the different resources that we have here in town and the patients themselves and their families. So we're the ones to call when you need help. And I do want to tell you this. There's a crisis text line that NAMI has, and the way you get to it is by texting 741-741, and then you type in NAMI.
All right, so wait, you was it 741 twice?
Yes, it's 741-741.
And then
in the message you put NAMI.
And what happens then?
Then what will happen is there will be I think it's a bot that will come up and say, okay, we have your information, wait online, and we'll have somebody to talk to you. And I did it, and it took about 30 seconds for someone live to come on. And then I asked a question, and it took about another 20 seconds to get that answer. So I think you can really have a good conversation with somebody. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I think a lot of people like anonymity. Mm-hmm. And this is one way to do that. You don't even have to hear another person's voice. You can just talk and get that information, and they'll stay on that text message for you as long as you need to be, because it's a crisis text line.
Now, on that line of along those lines of anonymity, do they know whose phone it is? If you call someone, you can tell who's calling you. Do they know who you are?
I don't think they do.
All right.
I think that's part of that.
And the whole point of that text line would be to give you that anonymity.
Exactly. I mean, nowadays you can see all of us, and this, by the way, is for all ages.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, there's a crisis text line for teenagers, and I would say the teenagers I've talked to in town all know about it.
Really?
Yeah, so the schools have gotten that information out pretty well.
Is that through NAMI or that's another?
No, that actually is done by a woman who I think is up in Washington, D.C. now, but she was in New York. She started Dress for Success. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yes.
But she's someone that I know, and she has started this. This is like her new second act.
Wonderful.
And it's really been a great idea, and that's how other organizations like NAMI and others have keyed into this being something that we need to have.
All right. So if you want to text NAMI, it's just 741-741 is the number. 2 741s in a row. 741-741. And then you text in the message box NAMI, N-A-M-I. N as in Nancy, A, M as in Mary, I. And then you can talk to someone.
Exactly.
And so who is this for? It's for people who have challenges they want to ask about, for family members? Who is it for?
Yeah, it's for people that are having the challenge, people that are families, people that are friends. They deal with a multiplicity of all kinds of scenarios that could be out there. So, it could be somebody that has OCD. It could be somebody that has ADHD. It could be somebody that has bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. They could be someone who is harming themselves. They could be someone that is thinking about suicide. Anything that you think that would be something you need to talk to somebody else before you make a firm decision about something that you can't take back, these are the people that you need to talk to.
Yeah, and that's a very important point that you just made there, something that you can't take back.
Right.
So, yes, hopefully everybody is going to take advantage of this free crisis text line, 741-741, and just text the word NAMI, and then you can have a conversation with someone. Mm-hmm. And then I would imagine that they can hook you up with further resources.
I think that they can. I can't speak to that because I didn't ask that question on there.
Right.
But maybe the next time we get together, I'll know that and I'll tell you.
We'll text it ourselves. Yeah, we'll find out. And so what about NAMI, though? If you are having any challenges or you have questions about you or a loved one or someone you care about or someone you see, is NAMI the right place to call?
Absolutely. So if it's not a crisis, but you have questions and you want to know, for example, something about what are my options for disability benefits, or is there an organization in town where I can just go and hang out? So anything that you can think of, you should call NAMI and ask them.
All right, and here's the number to call, everybody, for NAMI. It's 941-376-9361. 376-9361. I'm going to say it again, 376-9361. Get used to hearing that number because we're going to be talking about it every week. It's so important to raise awareness about mental illness. What is the statistic, Doreen? Is it 1 in 5 people?
1 in 5 people have some sort of a mental condition here in our country.
And
yes.
as you were just mentioning, these can be so many different types of conditions, something that you may not think of as mental illness, but it is. It's a huge umbrella term, and NAMI can help with all of it.
Yes.
And lead you to the right resources. Okay, and what about a website?
The website is NAMI-SarasotaCounty.org. And on that site, we have tons of information about mental health conditions. We have a calendar there that should be really important to anybody here living in the Tri-County area that has interest in where are the support groups, where are the classes, what other kinds of fun things do we have going on? This in February we'll have some fun over at Painting with a Twist, for example.
That is
you
fun.
could come. Yeah, it's just a fun thing to do. Go paint, bring home your canvas, see some friends while you're there. So there's always something happening, and we put that on the front page on the calendar.
Okay. It's NAMI-SarasotaCounty.org, and we're going to find out more about NAMI. Doreen Sutherland, Vice President of NAMI of Sarasota County, is going to stay with us. This is Health Check with Heidi Godman on WSRQ. We'll talk about support groups when we get back.